Alright people, welcome back to another video in our MITRE attack series. Today we are going to cover Wi-Fi networks T1669. This is going to be a quick video, and this week we mostly cover the initial access topics. Today we have the Sunday 14th December, so I'm pre-producing the videos for the entire week. And initial access is what we are going to look at this time. So this one is big enough. Let's copy that overview here as well. And let's get into the reading mode and take a look what we have here. So yeah, there's a quick video, so probably 10 minutes or so. There's not much on the MITRE attack website here, but not much. Nevertheless, it's good information. So we are in the initial access phase again. Platforms are Linux, network devices, Windows and Mac OS. We have some contributors here: Gian, Hesley, Menachem, Goldstein, and that stuff is from April, last modified in April. So Wi-Fi networks, what is it all about? Adversaries may gain initial access to target systems by connecting to wireless networks. Yes, okay. They may accomplish this by exploiting the open Wi-Fi networks used by target devices or by accessing secured Wi-Fi networks, requiring valid accounts belonging to a target organization. Okay. Then establishing a connection to a Wi-Fi access point requires a certain level of proximity, and that's the thing. That's a certain level of proximity. So whenever Wi-Fi attacks happen, the attacker is nearby, physically nearby. And so a certain level of proximity to both discover and maintain a stable network connection. Adversaries may establish a wireless connection through various methods, such as by physical positioning themselves near a Wi-Fi network to conduct close access operations, yes. To bypass the need for physical proximity, adversaries may attempt to remotely compromise nearby third-party systems that have both wired and wireless network connection available. Dual homed systems. Yeah, so this word dual homed, I learned it some time ago. So it's a fancy word. It simply means your system has two IP addresses. It has two network cards in it, one for wired, one for wireless, and they have basically 1 foot in that network, 1 foot in the other, so they have two IP addresses, that's all. These third-party compromised devices can then serve as a bridge to connect to a target's Wi-Fi network, yes. Once an initial wireless connection is achieved, adversaries may leverage this access for follow-on activities in the victim network or further targeting of specific devices on the network. Adversaries may perform network sniffing or adversary-in-the-middle activities for credential access or discovery. Alright, it's a good overview, so all you just need to know is that Wi-Fi is a viable attack point, attack vector that needs to be secured. And now let's move on. Let's move on then to the procedure examples. We have this time enough space for both, I think, so let's do it like this. There we go. So we have now procedures and mitigations on one page. Let's jump back to the reading mode and take a look at what procedures do exist. So the ATT&CK has exploited open Wi-Fi access points for initial access to target devices using the network. Alright, that's a group, and here we have a campaign, nearest neighbor campaign. So during that, ATT&CK established wireless connections to secure enterprise Wi-Fi networks belonging to a target organization for initial access into the environment. Okay, so it has been used during campaigns. ATT&CK is the main actor for this, but there are much more examples, you can be sure, because wireless is a common attack vector. It's not just this one example, but it's one of many possibilities. Then, how to mitigate it? Encrypt sensitive information, so ensure that all wired and wireless traffic is encrypted appropriately. Okay. Then you have multi-factor authentication, obviously, so that nobody can simply log into the Wi-Fi network needs more authentication, username, password, in addition to token. Yes, that will prevent somebody to log into a network. And then network segmentation. So if the Wi-Fi is, let's say, in a guest network, well, the damage coming from that is very limited. All right, so we have proper mitigations in place that can be used. That's good to know. So now let's take a look at the last detection strategy and also references. And apparently, yeah, so MITRE is doing an awesome job. We all know that. But having only 2 references for such a case, that's a bit tiny. So I think there is room for improvement here for sure. Also, if we go back on this procedure examples, there must be much more than that. So I think here, especially on this page, we have 2 contributors here. Feel free to contribute as well to that page, especially if we read it like this and we see, there is certainly room for. So the mitigations look fine, but procedure examples and references, I think this can be stepped up a little bit. That's not a critique, okay? I really appreciate MITRE. I wouldn't criticize them because the people writing that stuff, they are much more educated than I am on cybersecurity topics, and I read it to educate myself, right? But nevertheless, sometimes you spot these obvious points of improvement, and maybe at some point it will be somebody will take it in hands and improve it. Well, let's look at the strategy now. So detection strategy. If you have a SOC or logging monitoring, what to look out for. Detect anomalous wireless connections such as unexpected SSID associations, failed or repeated authentication attempts, yes, and then event discovery authentication events. Yes, so first unexpected logins and failed authentication. Then again, detect unauthorized wireless associations by monitoring WPA supplicant logs. So this is some stuff that is part of some technical stuff to look out for. It's fine. And then rogue AP connections, interface state change, repeated association failures. Yeah, so there is a lot of trial and error involved for an attacker, as it looks like. So for a regular connection, we'll just connect without much issues, but these people, they need to try around a little bit, and this then is suspicious. Then here, unauthorized Wi-Fi associations and SSID scanning, all right, airport telemetry, rapid SSID switching, and repeated authentication failure. So this right here is a common name of the game, repeated authentication failures, and this appears to be something to look out for in wireless to detect it. And then we have here the last one. Let's skip it. It's somewhat similar to the others. And references, we have US Department of Justice, okay, and we have Lancaster Tom, the nearest neighbor attack. Okay, so they wrote about this 1 year ago. It's fairly recent, and this guy, US charges Russian GRU officer. So this is very interesting that both sources has something to do with Russian APTs. Well, while this might be the case, the attack itself is nothing Russian at all. Okay, the attack technique is of a general nature. So here we need to be careful that we avoid a certain bias. So we live in times right now where Russia is not very popular in general. The people living there, the president, the whole country is not popular right now. But this will change over time again. The thing is, don't fall into politics while doing cybersecurity. That's a common mistake. So yes, Russia evil, I get it, but I want a little bit broader references that are maybe decoupled from politics as much as possible. Because politics, they blur your vision on things. That's what they do. But yeah, so as expected, we are roughly 10 minutes into the video, and we covered the Wi-Fi networks, a quick little overview. It was, I think, a nice read, so we know what it is, how it happens, We know in what kill chain step to locate it, its initial access. We have some procedures, APT&CK, that conducted these type of attacks. We know how to mitigate it. So segment your network, multi-factor encryption, and that's what you can do then to protect yourself against that. And we know a little bit now about detection strategies, and also at least two references that I wouldn't dig deeper. These references that didn't catch my eye much. But yeah, so far so good. So we have now an understanding of Wi-Fi networks. Look out in your company where you have a hotspot for Wi-Fi and just engage in a discussion or just a friendly talk with your administrator of that Wi-Fi networks to get a better understanding of how these are configured and if attacks are possible or not. Alright, that's all what I can say to this topic. Thank you for watching as usual. Also, thanks for spending time on cybersecurity. This is time well spent, and I will see you in the next video then. Goodbye.